everybody, today we are going to continue our transformations unit with more specific talk about translations. If you remember back to our first day of this unit when we did all the definitions, a translation is a slide. So let's use that information to answer this first question here. For each pre-image, remember that's the initial image, draw the image after the following directions. So for part A, we want to take this triangle and we want to translate it 4 units to the right and 2 units down. Okay, so if you just take a point on the triangle, a vertex, and you're going to just take that point then and move that 4 units to the right and 2 down. So count 4 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. Put that point. Okay, then go to another point. 4 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 units down. And then you've got your third vertex. We're going to count 4 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 units down. Put this at the origin. And then connect these points that you've drawn in as straight as you possibly can. Your ID can serve as a good straight edge if you want to use it. Okay, and then before you move on, you should just take a look at your image and see, does it look exactly the same as the pre-image? Remember, these are isometries, so they do not change shape or size, so they should look exactly the same. It's just that we moved it based on the directions that it asked us to move it. Okay, part B. Okay, here we're going to take this initial pre-image and move it 3 units to the left and 5 units up. Alright, so count from each point 3 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and count up 5. Alright, and mark that point. And then you're going to do that 3 more times. We're going to count 3 units to the left and up 5. Okay, last one. Alright, and then connect those points that you drew. And take a look at your final shape, your image. Take a look at it. Make sure it looks exactly the same as the pre-image, just translated, just shifted 3 units to the left and 5 units up. Okay. Going on to the back side of your worksheet where it says using coordinate notation to describe translations. So the translations were described with words on the front side of the sheet. 3 units to the left, 5 units up. That can get to be a lot to write. So we can use coordinate notation to tell what type of translation we'd like to see. So for example, right here, this XY, that is the initial coordinate points. So this is the pre-image. And then here, this is the image. It's describing how it wants each point to shift in the drawing or the picture. Okay, so here, this x plus 3, that means to move 3 units to the right. The y minus 2 means that we're also then going to take our points and shift them 2 down. Okay, so let's try number 2 here. Some practice with this coordinate notation. So describe the following in coordinate notation. Part A, 1 unit to the right and 7 units down. So you need to start off with an initial pre-image, XY coordinate, just say X, Y, and then we're going to put an arrow to say that we want to shift that then. So it says 1 unit to the right. Well, the right and the left is the x-axis direction. So since it says 1 unit to the right, we're going to put x plus 1. And then 7 units down, so y, and then to say we're going down, it's going to be minus 7. Okay, part B. 9 units to the right and 4 units up. Okay, start with your initial pre-image, your XY, And then 9 units to the right means we're going to go x plus 9. 4 units up means we're going to go y plus 4. Alright, last one for this section. 2 units down. Okay, well if we start with xy for our pre-image, if you notice it doesn't say anything to the right or to the left. So x is just going to stay x. You could put x plus 0, but it's not necessary at all. And then 2 units down, well that's the y direction, so y minus 2. Alright, number 3. Now it's telling us that this translation is defined by this coordinate notation. Okay, so our initial one, remember that this is the pre-image, our initial xy coordinate, and then we've got the image, the x minus 4 and the y plus 7. So 4 to the left and 7 up. So what, for part A, what is the image of 2, 3? Okay, so it wants to know where is the coordinate point 2, 3 gonna move if it's following this coordinate notation description. So this is my x and my y. Okay, so I want to take and I'm going to shift 4 units to the left. I'm going to say, what's x minus 4? Well, if I know that x is 2, 2 minus 4, well that equals negative 2. And then we've got y plus 7. Well, we know that y is 3. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So our image, our final coordinate after that translation is negative 2, 10. Okay, part B. What is the image of negative 5, 4? Well, negative 5, that's our x. 4 is our y. Okay, so we want to do x minus 4. Well, we know that x is negative 5. If we start at negative 5 and then we shift to the left 4 or subtract 4 more, we're going to be at negative 9. And then y plus 7, well, we know that y is 4 in this case, so 4 plus 7, that equals 11. So our image is negative 9, 11. Okay, part C and D are quite tricky. Now, this says, what is the pre-image? Okay, which tells us that the point that's given to us is the image this time, which means that the 9 right here, that's not x, that's x minus 4. And the 5, that's not y, that's y plus 7. So here we can say x minus 4, well that equals 9. So if that's 9, well what's just x? We're going to add 4 to both sides, and x is 13. Alright, and then the y plus 7, that equals 5. So now we can subtract the 7 over, and y is equal to negative 2. So our pre-image is 13, negative 2. Okay, one more. Part D. What is the pre-image again of the point negative 2, 3? Okay, so that means again that this negative 2, that's not x, it's x minus 4, and the 3, that's not y, that's y plus 7. Okay, so if x minus 4 equals negative 2, we're going to add 4 to both sides, and x equals 2. Same thing, y plus 7, that equals 3. Subtract 7 from both sides, and you're going to get negative 4. So the pre-image point is 2, negative 4. Alright, guys, good job.